1975. Please be advised that the notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board, town hall, and sending to the officially designated newspaper list of meeting dates annually, indicating that a meeting will take place at the community center at 7 p.m. to this date. Fire exits are located in the far right corner in the back and to my immediate left in the front. We all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First up, can we have a motion from somebody to approve the meeting minutes from April 22nd, 2025? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I don't have any correspondence. I do have sort of a director's report. I just want to touch on something real quick. So last week, we lost a member of this community, a young man that has left us way too soon. A young man that was part of our recreation family for a number of years. A family that's invested in this town in every single way. It's a tragic loss for everybody. But what I would like to say is, at the service for this young man, what I witnessed was coaches, teachers, police officers, firemen, teachers from Lincoln and TJ that probably didn't teach this child in 10 years. And what that shows me is what Rockaway Borough is all about, right? We tend to forget that sometimes. That's when the community comes together like that, when teachers who don't even live here, but they had, a relationship with this child, come out and support the family. It's amazing. And the other thing I saw was, and I want to remind those who coach or involved in children how important this is. What I saw was other children, people that may have grown up with him and around his age, they didn't know what to do. They needed consoling, right? Some of them came in from college all over the place and they needed consoling. And what I saw was that those children went to the teachers they may have had in 5th grade, the coach that may have coached them in Little League in 7th grade, the coach that may have coached them in Rockaway Rowdies soccer years ago. And that's what tells you how important our job as coaches and administrators are. Because you never know, in that circumstances, 10 years from now, that kid you coached that you may not even realize you had a special bond with may need you 10 years later. And I want to emphasize, especially as from the rec, we're not just here to coach, right? It's not what it's about. It's about kids being able to comfortable enough to come to you and talk, and in this case, grieve, and just to have a friendly, trusting voice to talk to. So that's what I wanted to say. I just want to say that rec plays an important part in the good and in the bad. And I witnessed it, and it was beautiful. And I pray for his soul, and it's a big loss for this community. All right, catch my breath.
Thank you for sharing.
No, you will. All right, so summer. So we've had a lot go on in the summer. I'll start by saying probably the most noticeable thing. We were able to replace the Park Lake fence down Academy. I know that's been Councilman McDonald's thing for a very long time, so that was done. We also added fencing down from the dam towards the lake to hopefully keep people off the dam from fishing. So far, it seems like it's working pretty well. I drive by quite a bit to make sure no one's fishing. It seems like it's helped that situation. So it was a big project. It was a good project. I was really happy with the company that did it. It was the first time I used them, and I will be using them again for my next projects. Another thing that we had over the summer was the scoreboard at Don Tony softball field. Odd situation, so we were renting it, we were renting it out to a group, and they contacted me immediately, and I guess what had happened, they were using the scoreboard. She was going to put the controller away, she dropped it, and everything went gone, so the scoreboard was unable to be used. So, long story short, after getting some information, it turns out that we needed a new controller along with a piece that fits in the scoreboard because it's so old, you couldn't be retrofitted at all. So I put an insurance claim with their insurance, and they gave us the money, no problem. So it ended up being like $1,000. So we got the money, we got the new controller, I put the thing in the scoreboard, everything's working now. So it was one of those things. Also over the summer we had beehives like crazy. It was one of the summer beehives, I want to say. We had a couple, so you know those are things like it's hard. Like when you have your budget at the beginning of the year, you don't necessarily anticipate having to call an exterminator to get rid of beehives. But we did have a few of those. Most notably, I think the worst one was at Donatoni. We also had a situation at Hetty where I called the exterminator, and so hopefully that will start to slow down. Luckily, I don't believe anyone got stung or got hurt. As some of you also knew that the stairs at the Park Lake playground somehow became attached after like thorough investigation. We cannot figure out what happened, how it happened, why it happened. But nevertheless, new stairs were ordered. Company came out, replaced the stairs. So those are all secure now and back to the way it should be. I guess before we get to the swim season, National Night Out, thank you all for attending. That was a great night. I thought we had some great giveaways this year. And I think we had a good crowd and it was a great night. So thank you all for coming out and helping out that night. I guess I'll touch on the algae bloom first. Obviously, the mayor I gave the mayor a report at the last council meeting. I'll go through it briefly. So this was after the swim team season. On August 5th, basically a monthly lake management company did the routine maintenance. They noticed what could be potentially an algae bloom. So even with the potential of it being, without it being tested right away, you know, we put it on alert. We put an alert. This company works all over New Jersey. They were very comfortable that it wasn't a critical one. They suggested we put in a watch category, which is the lowest sort of lowest level threat level. But we decided to do the second threat level just to be extra cautious, and that bacteria was tested, I believe that evening or the next day. It came back and sure enough, it was in the watch area. It was basically, is you don't want to eat the fish of the lake and you don't want to drink the water, okay? So that was the watch. But we kept it, we didn't bring it down, we kept it at the next level just because we felt that no one was going in the water anyway, swim team was over. It was best for everyone to be as cautious as possible. I'm pretty sure that it's gone now. I can't say for sure. I'm just waiting for them to do their monthly monitoring again any day now, and we'll get a report saying it was clear that no signs have come down. So we'll just keep an eye on it. But again, we were at a very low level given the bacteria count. this area. So I do want to report and then let Dee and Rosalie report on this about the summer and the swim team. What I can say is that, you know, although they got in the water a couple times this summer, 3 times, we were extra cautious on our own, and you guys were great working with me. Even if we didn't test, and if we had a heavy rain, because it rained every day. So what we did was, if it rained the night before a swim practice or a swim meet, we went ahead and either canceled it or they moved it, just to be completely safe, because we get tested for the E. coli once a week, and obviously that doesn't line up with the rain every time. So we were just super cautious. So lifeguards were great, you know, they bared with us through this. They were terrific, the poor kids, you know, they're working 1 hour a day with the exception of a meet. I think we got 2 meets in, I believe. So,
2 meets.
Because we have McDonald and Randolph because of the port always.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it here.
That was
I
another
think it
one.
was 2, it was a Saturday meet and I feel like a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it was great. The total for the entire summer,
No, we were.
Oh, we moved tonight, sorry.
so the total for the entire summer for the salaries of the lifeguards, because I know there were some questions about that, it was $600 for the entire summer. And again, I appreciate those lifeguards that showed up for the hour. You know, many of them were leaving other jobs to come here and lifeguards, so I appreciate that very much. With that being said, I can turn it over to Dee and Rosalie if you wanna touch on what's going on.
Well, we made do of what we had to work with, which was basically Mother Nature. She was
Not kind.
She wasn't kind, till I think she like let us have a little, you know, to have a season. Luckily, a lot of, the lakes that are really close to us, like league-wise, they opened up their, lake so we could go practice at least. Like Short Hills, I think, how many times did we practice there? It wasn't a lot because eventually, like, we were able to get into the water. Luckily, most of our swim meets were away this year, so that worked out well too.
Yeah, I have to look for the Randolph one.
Yeah, we won swim
We
meet.
would have won 2, but it
Yes.
started to downpour, we had to call it, so we said we called a tie, so we didn't have to
Yeah.
start.
There you go.
Yeah,
But we would have won.
we would have won too,
Okay, so we
which was
would've won
great,
too.
because the kids were really looking forward to it.
Tanner was a huge help with his own swimming if you wanted to.
That's great.
But, yeah, we had, the same great group of kids and families, you know, heartbroken that that was it, but, you know, they made, connections with other coaches, everybody offered that they would welcome them into their teams, so, you know, while some of them are not gonna continue swimming after the season, others are, and they will find homes in the other teams, and it's, you know, they saw it firsthand with the struggle, and this year was worse than any other. It was very frustrating, so.
It was, this year was tough, and I feel for you guys, and I appreciate you guys. You know, I know we had some, you know, late night calls where you guys were freaking out on me, and I get it. But I don't remember July where we had rain like we did. I mean, some of you may forget, but it was just every day it was raining, and that.
We've had rain, but it's been spread out. I
Right.
think we would get a break, and this was just because,
McDonald said they rescheduled the same swim meet 3 different times because of rain. They just had to keep pushing it.
Yeah.
Because every time they rescheduled it for it would downpour again. So it wasn't just us.
No.
and our problem was that we have practice at 6.
Right.
Like, there's no other time that we can have practice, while other teams have maybe practice in the mornings, and they at least get that time in, we didn't.
Right.
So for all those new swimmers, it was hard to even get them to be, you know,
Comfortable.
yeah, in the water, so. But we made it do, and, you know, parents appreciate what we did, so. That's all that matters, and the kids have fun.
That's what matters, right? I mean,
Yeah.
as much as it was a struggle, I know you guys went through, and I know how hard it was. Thankfully, obviously, first, most importantly, there was no accidents or incidents, you know, because I always worry about that when it comes to the lake, obviously, but, you guys persevered through a very tough season, and, you know, that rain, and again, that rain most definitely contributed to that algae bloom that came later, because you had all that rain, and then you had the intense heat, and factors like that are gonna, you know, promote growth and stuff in the lake. So it was not a big surprise when we got that notification, and to be honest with you, the lake management company, I think they were surprised we didn't get one a month early, because he was seeing the lakes around the area starting to get them, and he was surprised that it hadn't reached us yet, so we actually got lucky, you know.
It worked
so to
out
speak.
that
It
happened
ended after the
right
season.
after, yeah.
Right, I think it was like a week after, right, if that.
Yeah,
So yeah, so thank you both for an awesome job you've done with the Sharks. And I appreciate all the work, and the kids appreciate all your hard work, the parents appreciate all your hard work, and I thank you very, very much. Don't be sad.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to keep it going. I mean, my kids obviously have long aged out of it, but it was a big part of their growing up.
Well, one of them is still kind of.
Well, one of them is so kind of involved. The other one who's 9 feet tall, sitting back there, is not able to swim, but it was a big part of their childhood, and we were, it was our summer family, so I'm glad that you guys were able to keep it going for so long.
I felt bad for the lifeguards, because like Lily and Leah got decertified. And I think Leah worked like maybe 3 days, because it was always like getting canceled.
Yeah, but I told them, I said, you know what, you can get a job lifeguarding.
Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You know, so both
Yeah.
girls hopefully will use their
Yeah.
certification, what was it, like $300 and something?
Yeah.
They didn't make what we spent on.
Yeah, no.
It is what it is. Just
And I think
do
I
it.
canceled more practices for rain than the
Yeah.
actual lake testing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that more were
because
canceled because of the rain.
the thunder was
Well,
coming.
it would be beautiful all day, but I remember what happened, it would be beautiful all day, and all of a sudden we'd see the weather.
But I canceled it at like 2:30 and everyone would be like, it's beautiful out. I'm like, give it 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the thunder would start and my phone would blow up with parents going, yeah, no, you made the right call.
Yep,
Yep, I saw it coming.
100%.
We need another sign by the dock though, not fishing, cause the tree took it out.
Yes.
And I told her to kick kids off the dock.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do about that, because they don't see any activity there, and it's like open season for people to just
They
jump the
refer to it
fence.
as the fishing docks,
Yeah,
not the swim lanes, it's the fishing docks.
I might be able to float them out to the middle of the lake or something at some point. I'll have to think on that, but I'll get that sign. I don't know if it's completely, I'll have to ask DPW. So the tree came down, I remember we were scrambling a little bit. I don't remember if they just got it out of the way or it was destroyed. I don't think it was destroyed like the lamppost was, but I'll have to ask about that. Not, we can.
Always, when all those kids from Randolph was there, what was there, like almost 2 dozen of them? They were like, there's no sign. Oh yeah, it's on the other side.
it's also like put in an awkward spot where like
You
people
can't
don't
really see the other one either, the way they are,
Mhm.
you
Alright,
can't tell.
maybe I can get something to put on the fence or something.
Yeah,
Alright, good to know. I'm sure I'm missing a ton of things, from the summer, but my mind is not right today. So, moving on, fall latest stuff that's going on. I wanna thank, Christina wholeheartedly for once again hosting 2 Rutgers classes. I left cards in your folder.
Thank you.
So if you wanna sign them, I'll be more than happy to mail them out.
You got it.
So, you know, we sent this notification for Rutgers classes went to all the current, basketball people, all the Rowdies people, all the Little League people, so that every parent got notified that if you're interested in coaching, we have classes. Not to say these are gonna be the last one, but, that notification went out to everyone, not just the, Rowdies families that needed it for this season. I know there was a gentleman, that plans on helping with the junior nights going forward, and I believe he signed up.
He did it last week.
Yeah, so that's really good, you know, so we'll do another one. I know basketball season's right around the corner, so I'm sure we'll set up another one, and Christina, thank you again for doing that, appreciate it. Next thing I wanna talk about is, the girls' basketball. So, I guess I was unaware of this, I guess probably because I don't have girls, but, so, the township was charging, so Rockaway Borough girls are with Rockaway Township, girls for basketball. And the reason being is two reasons why we've been down this road before. The girls used to be here, I was even around for that, but as time went on, you had two problems. There wasn't enough girls to make X number of teams playing basketball, and then also gym space is a problem here in town. So the decision was made probably, 10 years ago, give or take, something like that, to merge with township, and everything's been going great. So what I didn't know is that the township was still continuing to charge the borough girls $20 more for registration.
25,
I think it's 20.
it was 25, right?
They might have moved it down. Well, you're not gonna like what I just said. So, I contacted the program director and I said, what's the deal? The answer I got was completely satisfactory, completely understood it. Basically, long story short, their budget from the town, just as we give the budgets for our sports, is based on Rockaway Township players. So they're getting a budget from the town to compensate for the Rockaway Township players. It's not compensating for the borough girls, so hence the extra $20. No problem. So I made the decision to, at least this season, is I'm going to cover all those costs for the borough girls out of our budget. So every borough girl who signs up for Rockaway Township basketball this season will see a regular charge, and recreation will take it out of our basketball budget to compensate for that. So she'll send me an invoice at the end of the year, and it'll come out of the basketball budget line. So it's important for our girls. You know, I don't know if that was necessarily holding anyone back from signing up for township basketball. I hope it wasn't, but if this can alleviate any of that concern, I hope it does.
So it's gonna be retro like 12 years?
It retro, yeah. I knew that was
Times
what I
two.
said, exactly.
Sounds like a nice dinner coming up.
So what you just told me, so it's obviously rolling in fall sports. We have a couple people, renting out Donatoni. Rowdies is in full effect right now. They're using just every field in town that they can. They are having an opening day this Sunday. So they are planning on bringing the wrestling crew from National Night Out over to Friendship Field and doing an opening day over there for the families. So that's what's going on this Sunday. And there's something else going on. Oh, this Sunday, I just found out today. So I guess there was, again, because of the rain and the mall, I guess there was a concert that was missed sometime in July at the Gazebo. So that makeup concert is gonna be held this Sunday at the Gazebo from 3 to 5. So, in case you wanna go, I don't know what the band was, but, so that's this Sunday as well. All right, while we're all here. So the Halloween, it's gonna be here before you know it. We have an exciting event planned within about 12 hours of me getting out the table request forms. We're almost full already. Target's coming back. A couple of our old people that have been around for a while are coming back. A couple people can't make it because of a reason or not, that they can't make it this year. Not because they don't want to be here, as they have other engagements. My favorite news is, though, the gentleman that started with us, I think our first 2 years, who was the DJ, he's coming back this year, and he was awesome. I mean, you don't remember him, like, he got dressed up, and he like makes the night so special, so he's coming back. I'm really, really excited about that. The other thing that we're doing is, and again, I wanna thank Dee for her hard work. We've been working very hard on some things. Her designs are just out of this world. We'll be introducing a new 10 by 10 banner. I'm gonna have someone that's gonna manage it this year, but basically it's gonna be a photo opportunity, kind of with our new logo. It's gonna be awesome. I think the kids are gonna love it, and it's gonna be really something that, you know, all the kids will look forward to. They can take their pictures in front of. And going forward, years to come, it's something that we can put by our candy drop off, and we'll have it there. For now, it'll be around the corner, but that's an exciting thing. We're also working on new volunteer shirts. Dee's working on the design for those. The reason we're moving away from the shirts and going out to the sweatshirts is because it's been very cold last couple of years, especially as the night goes on, the kids are complaining. So we're just looking to do a lightweight zip up for the kids. That way we don't have to worry about them freezing and not wanting to wear their t-shirts because it's so cold. So we should get that ordered pretty soon. The other thing I think I'm gonna do is near the, and I think we talked about this at the end of last year, near the dam is adding a table there, an extra table for candy drop off. And then whatever they collect there can be run over to the main tent with you guys. So right now, what I'm thinking is, cause how do I say this? The people that are, the fire department, I believe, will be there. The other people who normally take that spot probably won't be there this year. But the Morse Hills High School soccer team, they're planning on being there. So I may have a couple of those kids just monitor any candy that's coming down from the hill. You know, you guys grab it, your job is to grab it. I don't want it going anywhere else, because we know what happened last year was going to other places. You know, you guys grab it and run it over to main tent. So we'll see if that makes a difference. Right. What? Say that again?
People were dropping off in the concession stand.
Any concession stand.
We can't hear back here. Can you speak up a little bit,
She
please?
just said concession stand.
That people weren't dropping the candy off in the tent, they were dropping it off in the concession stand.
So
Okay.
do we put somebody at the concession
But I
stand?
think we also talked about moving the
It's
tent
really packed in there.
closer to the gate. We talked a lot about that, because we're way behind the sign and back really far. So we talked a lot after last year about moving closer to the path and then moving closer to the gate,
Like, can we
so we
put
could be more visible.
like the table right next to the entrance
That's what we
Without-
talked about, like in front of the Rockaway Borough sign.
without blocking the gates?
I wasn't there last year, but I just know that from the year before last, like that's a big funnel area. And a lot of people are confused when they come in over there, because I know, not last year, like I said, I wasn't there, but the year prior, people were getting angry because we were like, you gotta go this way, and they didn't, you know, so
I don't think we need to be right at the gate, but we definitely need to be closer to the path.
Okay.
Because regardless of those giant candy drop-off banners,
People were walking
this
in
where we
and veering
drop off
right
the
off to the
Yeah,
concession
or they were
stand.
going like behind the
And
tent.
leaving all the candy.
maybe if we put a sign that's with an arrow that says candy drop off and have it facing, like have an arrow.
They were
pointing.
still, as soon as they walked in, because the concession stand is the first thing they see, they were going straight to that and dropping the candy off. We were getting
Or
people
behind the tent.
We
Dropping
would
off
still be on
candy.
the sand, we just need to be
I
a little further to the,
Or
like where we
just
normally
confusing
are,
people
we need to be
with
more to the
dropping
left.
it off.
Yeah,
And
So
we
we-
ran out by, what, 7:30? 7:30 we were
I think we
out
just
already?
need to be more to the left of where we typically have been.
Closer to the sign.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, we can
Because
do
we
that.
could even put one of the banners on the sign.
Right.
Just a suggestion too, I know being down by the gazebo, I think it's good that you're adding some of the dam, but a lot of people have their candy and they're waiting to come, you know, for the official start. A lot of people are asking and where to drop the candy off, they have their candy, so that, they're a little confusing, there are people that would come in that side, they didn't know what to do either, so. If you were to put anything, I think by that area where we were, you know, the last year with the kid waste, be perfect, because the people were, they had stuff, you know, where do we put this, where do we put this, and like, we had to keep telling everybody, you know, down that way. Or
So-
maybe a sign or
But
something.
we've talked about having the two opposite drop-offs, and it doesn't work logistically for the way we get the candy out. And there's also not enough of us to man
Yeah.
the two tables, we've had this conversation every year, so yes, it's a good idea, but we've talked
Grab
about
a
it,
sign
it's better to
somewhere,
have
sign
just
it.
one drop-off.
Can you drop off, I'm signing off, and then just, you know, drop off
But
at
the one
on
drop-off
beach.
would be closer to us, if we have another drop-off all the way down by the gazebo, the kids can't, like, the runners can't get back to us
Well,
with
it's
candy.
simple, drop off at the beach.
I mean,
There's only
people
one.
didn't know, because they didn't wanna see the flyer, they didn't know about the flyer, I mean, I'm telling you, at least 100 people asked us where, but
That's a good idea though, to put it out there, drop off is at the beach.
put a sign or something, you know,
Maybe
as
put
you,
a
right as you
sign
go
down.
around.
Yeah,
Candy
like-
drop off at the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah, across the lake,
Well, we
not
have-
at the gazebo.
So you guys might not remember, but I put out about 12, you know, yard signs that say.
Yeah,
candy
oh,
drop
I
off
know,
at the beach.
John and I did it the one year we had all the arrows.
Yeah, you
Just
could-
consent,
I
now you want
think-
people-
I think last
see
year,
signs.
except for the exception of running out of candy, I think last year was finally where everything clicked.
Yeah.
Like everything we fixed, you know, year one, we learned a lot from that, year two, we learned to year three, to year four. I think last year was probably the first year we didn't have a lot of feedback after the event, because it went so well. I think the only thing that we
Was the
talked about is
candy.
maybe having a smaller table somewhere that the kids can still get to us at the beach, and moving that table forward.
Right, okay.
It doesn't, regardless of signs and arrows and us yelling, bring your candy here, make sure you're going this way, don't bring your dogs, people are still
I don't know.
gonna miss out, they're still gonna miss something,
Three foot
but.
first sign, can you drop off a beach, just a bigger sign, and an entrance when you come in, that's what I would do, because people, I'm not sure if they saw
Or
the
yeah,
signs.
like
Yeah, that's actually
big
great.
sign
So you don't need an
signs
arrow, right?
at
Just
the
point
main
everybody goes right
Yeah.
entrances.
Down that
By
way.
the
Go to the
fire
beach, drop
department, by the gazebo,
Yeah.
like those, by the.
Or three further, you know, like two or something big, you know, I'm just saying, it's just, a lot of people, you guys are all down here, but I'm saying I got a lot of people asking this.
Also by
Yeah,
that street.
Do a dozen signs, you
Right
just like
there.
drop off candy at the beach, you know, then you don't have to worry about the signs.
The amount of people that just like side-eyed us and blew right past us without dropping candy off, so we,
That's our biggest struggle every year, is there's no way to,
not last year.
Yeah, I mean,
like, we're asking.
They were
people
also
for
bringing
candy,
like
there's no
smaller
way to
bags,
track
which,
it.
okay, prices have gone up, but like
But there was
a little bag
lot
like
of
this
people
compared
that
to
did not
2
bring
years
candy.
ago.
Oh, those big gigantic bags.
2
we
years
got,
ago,
yeah.
that's what we got a lot of.
No, that's true, a couple years ago, yeah, there were a ton.
Pokemon cards, we had a lot of interesting stuff that
We would
year.
like watch a family of
Monkeys
10
was
roll in
too,
with like nothing.
Tons of people out.
Yeah,
Right,
monkeys.
so many people was like, oh.
So, I guess there's two ways we can do this, like I can consider either another sign, big sign, or, you know, I'm gonna have a bunch of those Morse Hills guys, maybe I'll just use them and have them stand there and just collect candy and have them run it down to, you know, maybe it's that simple, maybe try that. Just station them there for a little while, have them run it, they're athletes, they can run.
There's a lot of entrances that people come in.
I know, we can't cover everything.
That's what I'm saying, like if you're gonna use them.
But that's a
for
main
that.
one.
They were lined up, ready to start, whatever start time was, they were all lined up, at least 100 people ready to, till official go.
They line the whole lake, they're not just at the gazebo, they
Yes.
come at like 5, as we're setting up, they're already.
They come in from
Yeah.
that street,
They line the
or I
whole
forget
lake.
what that's called, but they cross from there.
Circle drive
Yeah.
up there. So I think, well, what we did add on the flyer this year, if you, the copy that you guys have, is we put, instead of please bring a bag of candy, we put admission is a bag of candy. So we hope that people understand that, you know, we're offering this free event, but your admission is one bag of candy. I'll try and do a bigger community reach out. A couple years we had a good turnout where people can drop candy off before the event at Town Hall. So I'll try and get that word out soon.
Yeah.
Again, you know, and I know we talk about this year after year, and the reason we're not putting the flyer out right now, and it'll be out in a week or two, because we really don't, as crazy as it sounds, and I know we talk about it every year, but for those in the audience, we don't want this to be any bigger. Like, we're good, this is it. Like,
We don't want them rolling in buses, like.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did that.
yeah, we can't take on anymore, like you know, this is for the borough and township
And it's town
residents.
now.
And, you know, if you know, we know we have people from Parsippany and all sorts, that's okay, we can't control, but, you know, 3,000-4,000 people, we're good, like, we can only handle so much, with traffic and everything else that goes into it. So, that's why we don't highly publicize it, so it's not spread all over the place before the event. And, you know, I think last year what happened was, it was in a calendar somewhere, like, wasn't it somewhere like a Halloween event calendar or something like that, and that really threw us through.
Rockaway Township made an event thing on Facebook that was like just public and people were.
Yeah, I don't know, was it?
I think it was that time, because when I was still teaching at Parsippany, parents would be like, what are you doing here? And, well, I live here, what are you doing here? Oh, I saw it on Facebook, I saw it here and there. It does go everywhere, but
Yeah, so
we
this,
can't control it. I can't.
no, we can't, we got,
But we don't want our own
event thing, and it was on there.
Well, cause people go on Facebook and ask who's having events, and then people start sharing.
Yeah.
So that's out of our hands, if people start telling them, you know, come to blah, blah, blah,
Just like the bouncer,
checking IDs.
Can
As long as you bring a bag of candy, you're welcome.
Show me your ID and your candy, and I'll give you your wristband.
Exactly.
Where like a business wanted to donate but didn't want to set up a table, like have like 3 levels, like a $50, $75, $100. And if they wanted to sponsor candy for the event, like we can make a sign with their businesses or something.
I mean,
Are we allowed to do that as a rec department? I know
what we
the
could,
donations thing is, the rules are different.
I mean, what we could do is, if, like, what I do, how do I say this? So for example, last year, and I already heard from them this year, the, Rockaway Borough Home and School Association, so they're gonna donate again, and they donated a lot last year.
But can we like make it a thing and then have like a banner, like, if the Durand family donated $50 in candy, they get their name on the banner, like, can we do something like that?
I mean, I guess we could, the problem is, like, I would have to have everything in,
On a certain time
yeah,
to
but like
get it
2 weeks
printed
beforehand to
out,
get
yeah.
the banner printed and all that stuff. So that's what makes it difficult,
So
and then
next year.
how do you put a value on how much candy someone brought in, you know what I mean, like,
Well, no, I was saying can we collect monetary donations to purchase candy, that's what I'm
oh,
saying.
I don't,
Like if the O'Connor family donated $50
Uh,
to the candy fund for the event,
I don't
are we
think so.
allowed to do that? We're not.
No.
What if?
Cause there were some guests that came around and they were like, hey, we didn't bring any candy.
Yeah,
we have
Can you take
families
$20
that
off?
are-
And we said, no, we can't
They
take
were
it.
like,
Oh.
no, it's
Well,
okay.
we tribute, but we
What
just said
if-
bring double candy next year.
Yeah, right.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Maybe if we get the flyer into the newsletters at TJ and Lincoln and Divine Mercy, maybe they'll be able to put it out there and families can donate it at the school.
So
Like
like
sending
sending
them
them
with
to
their
their
kids.
locations too.
I'm just thinking of ways for us to get candy ahead of time,
Yeah.
get it out to our actual families.
But what if those
in town.
families donate at the schools and then they come and they don't bring it back?
That's what's
Cause
gonna,
now
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't control,
True.
then nobody shows up with,
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
becomes like,
Yeah.
Can you do any kind of silly
I'm just trying to think of
put a
ways to-
scale there and you bring it in, be like,
What's
you
the,
know,
can we,
that's
are we
candy
allowed
they
to do
bring,
a
you know,
giveaway,
get
like, if you,
get
every
something.
bag of candy you bring, you get a ticket, and we do like a giveaway?
Yes.
Like, do you have extra stuff from like National Night Out we can make with the basket?
I think we went through everything.
We
Well-
did give out a lot of prizes, I
Yeah.
was very generous with our prizes.
Yes, you
They
were.
were like, hey, we get the best table there, I don't wanna hear it.
Can you get companies to sponsor baskets? You give it out to the biggest,
Take a picture with
whoever
your
comes and
phone.
donates.
No, I mean, I
I'd like,
think,
you run like a competition.
I think Mildred's onto something, I think that's not a bad idea at all, because you think about it, if
It's an incentive,
it is an incentive, and the question is, I don't.
we're not profiting from it.
No, it's more of a, it's kinda like what we did for the Rowdies way back when, you know, every child got a ticket, whatever. But if family comes in with a bag of candy, and let's say they have 2 bags of candy,
They get a ticket per bag.
2 tickets. And then they get, I don't know,
We could do
Well,
a
that's what I'm
drawing
saying.
for something.
Can companies donate? So like, a company comes in and donates a gift basket, right? Prime comes in, they sponsor a $200 gift basket for the event. Then you got the tickets, and it's like, oh, that ticket goes towards the Prime donation
Sure.
of something.
You can have like each,
we're not,
like Target, Sephora, Prime, whatever.
what
like,
about
ask them
one
to
of
make a
the,
donation to the basket.
a local restaurant donates, a $50 gift card for the family and that's what they win. They can get food, like dinner, or, you know,
Are we as a committee allowed to solicit businesses in that way or not?
I don't know.
It's tough. We really shouldn't, necessarily.
But if you have a friend who has a friend and they want to.
Well, why don't,
I just think maybe some other kind of incentive other than.
Well, I think that we're putting on a spooktacular for them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, what more are we giving back to them?
Right, but unfortunately last year that didn't work, like we were at a candy an hour into the event,
He did not
because people weren't
understand.
bringing it, so we might need to, I 1,000% agree with what you're saying, but we may need to offer some kind of incentive so that we have enough to sustain.
There was, it had to be at least half the people that came didn't drink any candy.
Well, maybe we just get like stupid little tchotchkes to give to the kids, like, I'm sorry, but like stickers and little, like, if, how come this kid has this, but I don't? Well, because they brought candy, like, I like the idea, but I think that it's also going into a different direction, it's taking away from the whole purpose of what Spooktacular is.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, if we get it out to the schools ahead of time, so that the parents get the notification that, hey, in order to make this event a success, we need to have all on board with donating, you know, any amount counts and helps. And if it gets to the
First in
schools,
line next year, like they do, seriously, they wrap up the parking spots at the school. The first 5 families who get picked get to be the first 5 people to trick or treat next year.
Or prime parking spot.
Or they get parking spots.
I just feel like it's getting a little
Yeah.
crazy if we
Just
start
keep it simple.
doing all
Because
those
unfortunately,
things.
it's an honor system, so.
Yeah.
I think let's do this. Why don't we, let's see how it goes this year, between, I'll try and market it a little bit better. I'll try and get the word out as far as candy, a little bit earlier. Let's see how it goes this year, see if it's any better. If it's better, okay, we did the right thing. If it's worse than what it was last year, then I think we gotta revisit the whole thing.
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe last year was just a fluke year.
If you all ran out of candy within an hour, people are gonna see, oh, they ran out of candy.
Well, and I think that's what happened last year. I mean,
Like, we need to bring candy.
I think what's happening too is like, people are coming earlier and earlier, and we're just getting crushed that first hour, so we're just flying through everything
Also,
so
a lot of
quickly.
them are going around 3 and 4
4
times
Yeah.
and taking handfuls.
In cases of stuff.
Well, the year before last, we told everybody, you know what, this is it, like, we rationed out enough, certain amount of candy to each tent, so that they, aren't just like, you give the kid the candy, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Because some of the tents we're letting the kids grab the candy versus us just giving them the candy. I do think that getting it out to the school early enough though, and maybe, an amended version of the flyer where it says, in order to make this event successful, we ask that, our community families kindly donate a bag at the drop-off point on the beach.
You run it as a competition for like the grades or the classes, like the classroom that
We can,
donates
but
the
like
most
Rob
to
said,
the-
having it drop off at school, and I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but like, he's right, how do we know who dropped off candy, like, who's
So they're gonna show up to the lake and be like, oh, I gave it work.
Yeah.
But if they do,
We
I
were
mean,
doing that with
if
the
they give a bag
baseball
to the schools, then
We
come
could-
and bring a bag there.
we
it doesn't
could
matter,
have
it's a
fun.
bag, right?
we could have fun and have bins with their grade on it, and
Yeah,
what
that's-
grade are you in, and,
So
see which
basically
bin
make it a
fills up.
competition ahead of time, and it just builds up the stock.
That is a lot, that's another job that we have to do, we're already like separating the bags, making sure that the
Yeah.
kids have bags, like, all of that stuff, that's another thing that
Maybe
you're
just have a big
adding
trash can for each grade, just do it by grade, maybe this is the first grade trash, and this is second grade.
Well, we haven't been.
Yeah, but
Well,
we're
it's not
gonna
like
be taking,
games.
but we're gonna be taking candy out of it all night, so how do we
Yeah.
track which had the most in it?
Whichever can had, the women will measure the cans the day before and be like,
Oh,
the
you're
third grade
We're
class.
talking about it in advance.
Yeah, the third grade class got the most, so guess what they get, and you guys can figure out what the incentive is for the third grade class to get.
I don't know, I think then you're
Some-
answering more questions, you're doing more talking, it's a great idea, but
Because
because,
the secret is to build up the stockpile ahead of time, right? You don't wanna wait for the event and then people shortchange you. So it doesn't matter if they gave a candy.
The first year-
Plus,
the first year when we had the drop off at the community, at town hall, we had a lot of candy. Our issue was we were giving out the candy at the drop off tent, it was our first year, we didn't realize it, and then we ran out of candy to give to the tents. So that's where, to Mildred's point, every year we built on the experience from the previous year. that, you know, we don't do those things.
As
But-
far- Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and as far as, the school stuff, you know, I'm gonna go with Rosalie on this, who's obviously intimately involved over there. and-
It takes time, like, it needs to be put out there, then the teachers need to be notified, then, like, even for like when they do the tricky tray, it's a constant reminder, cause they collect the things for the baskets. And it gets sent out, I'm thinking a little over a month before they have to be, like, because when they don't get the stuff, then they have to go out and get it. So it's not just like, okay, well, you know, we're already the 23rd, this is gonna be like in a month. It's not gonna happen.
So why don't we do this then, so I don't wanna put any onus on the teachers, that's just.
I was saying the newsletter, that's
But I think
an
that's what we
amended
do.
version of the
Yeah,
newsletter.
what we'll do is, we'll get something in the newsletter that states, hey, you know, we're excited about the Spooktacular, you know, make sure to bring your bag of candy for, as a mission for the event, add to the beach, or, you know, something simple like that.
Yeah,
I think that'll hopefully get the message across, and maybe we just leave it at that, make it simple, just a reminder, like you said, to the schools, cause again, at the end of the day, what, 80% of the people there are coming from the schools, so they should know what's going on.
Yeah, and sometimes it might be word of mouth, so people might not like by the time the telephone line goes, but at least if they're seeing it themselves in their school,
Yep.
it says it on there.
like maybe for just the one at school, like we said, edit the one flyer, maybe that portion like really big,
I think I got somebody that can.
like a blast, admission, back in,
Yeah.
just for that one.
At the beach.
Because like, you know, this is what they do, okay, they don't,
Type in the date and the time.
yeah, exactly. Date, time, big thing about one bag of candy.
I agree, I think those are great ideas. I'm trying to think, anything else you can think of, I know I'll be probably meeting with the township in the next week or two, and we'll do our, security meeting and all that stuff.
You know how we have the choir, sing at the tree lighting? You think maybe the band could perform?
No. Why would you think
I
that?
don't know, because they play like the band plays some like cool stuff, especially at the football games. They don't have to perform like a whole thing, but like they could probably play like Thriller or stuff like that.
Oh, no question, I think the immediate thing that comes to my mind is trying to get a bus or two of kids into that whole situation, and where do you put them after that?
It's a lot for those kids.
I know, but I know that they would love that.
Oh, it would be great, I just, logistically,
Put them in the dam.
yeah,
What is it?
That would look so cool though. Go around the path, follow the band to get your candy.
that would be cool.
With the firefighter. Put them in the docks.
I just don't think,
Put them in the
yeah,
docks. Out in the middle of the lake.
At least
Throw
for
it out
that,
in
right?
the middle of the lake on the dock.
because if I'm not mistaken, they carry a trailer separately, right?
They don't, but that's because they actually, they have the twirlers and whatever,
Right.
the flag throwers and stuff like, they actually like perform. I'm just talking about like just the kids performing their instruments, playing, like, you might not need that whole, like,
I
ton.
think the big drums go in there, and I think all that stuff goes in that trailer.
Maybe for next year.
I think the only
No, I
way
think
the
next
spaces
year- no,
will
I
be
think it's
is
a good
they're
idea.
gonna end up with
I
like
think a
trombones
month
still
away.
the same.
Not good, John.
I
You
think,
better like.
I think that's something we can talk about possibly for next year, I think, like I said, trying to get 2 buses in there somehow, I don't see it
It's
happening.
probably part-time church
Plus, don't we have a DJ?
or the school,
I'm sure you can pause music.
but it's very,
For the local.
it'll be very dramatic if we can get the band. I mean, I could talk to like one of the parents, like the band parents.
For next year.
For next year.
For next year.
Yeah.
To kick off.
Because they're gonna wanna learn a song for it too, right? Like they're gonna.
Oh, they know.
Oh, they know.
They know.
She said, oh, they know.
Oh,
They know.
What,
They should know.
is there anything else on Halloween for right now that you can think of?
Where are the volunteers coming from?
They'll be from Hills.
No, I know. Oh, Julie's thing, the Avid?
Avid has volunteers.
We need volunteers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, reach out to,
What is it? Who do you reach out? I think it might be the same people.
yeah,
The guidance counselor too.
yeah,
Oh, is that Thunder?
Hello?
Brenda, no, not Brenda.
I thought, I'm like, why is it that?
Not Gomez, it's Gomez.
He's really nervous.
She's
I can't think of the name, but, yeah,
Well,
we,
yeah, the counselor does, but the Avid, people, it's called something else, and they do also volunteer hours for others.
can you send me that email just in case I don't have it? Whoever-
I'll get you the contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dixon, is it Miss
Um,
Dixon?
No, he's not.
it's,
Miss Barkosi is the Avid in charge, but there's other people.
There's a different teacher for every
Yeah,
year, because
exactly.
they stay with the kids for 4 years.
okay.
So there's four different.
And you know,
Avid
Julie's really good, so
advisors.
she'll get all the information.
Yeah, just let me know and I'll get that out when I send the, volunteer, stuff out to, the other contact I have. And again, you know, we've got, it's gonna be interesting this year because a lot of those really good volunteers we had a couple of years were seniors and graduated.
Graduated, yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, how many new people we get this year.
Shiner's
But-
an Avid.
But even so, we saw last year, some of the kids that even graduated came back and helped, so you never know. Next, we have to talk about, tree lighting and the date, so we can start planning that as well. I believe Hanukkah is late this year.
First Wednesday, usually the first Wednesday in December. Do the last year.
The first Wednesday is the
It's the
third.
15th is the first good month.
Third?
Sunday the 14th to Monday the 22nd. It begins the 14th sundown.
So, I'm thinking December 3rd.
It was December 4th last year.
Dave, I have, mine that place.
12-3?
12/3.
12/3, all right, so 12/3 tree lighting. I'll start to contact the concrete trucks, the band, or the choir, sorry.
Wrong event.
The band would be cool though, that would be.
There's no room for the band.
5:30?
What
Tuesday,
time do
5:30.
I have my thing.
No, we were
Maybe
there at
6:30.
5:30.
Arrive at 5 and the
6:30 last
light
year.
at
5:30.
6:30.
We did 6:30 last year, right?
What time is it?
I had 6:30 last year that we did it.
And you were late.
What?
We started.
We got there at 5:30.
I usually get there at like 5:15, Rob, we get, because we try to get.
And I think by
Cocoa
5:30,
gather.
we have a line of people waiting for cookies.
Yes,
John and I still have cookies, so you can start
I have that on my list to order, I gotta order, I need to order at least 2 more kettles, because 1 broke, and,
We could rent them.
Didn't we run out of
Last
Party
year,
rent.
we had a good system last year with the coolers.
Yeah, we ran out of cookies too.
last year. That one kid could come back.
we did last year, oh yeah, we did, you're right, and we had the donation from,
And
and I
Yeah.
bought a ton.
They,
We had to make sure.
those kids really like their sugar. One kid, I'm not kidding, one kid. Rob, I pumped it.
Using the big, like the Gatorade coolers last year was helpful,
Yes.
so it was a good idea.
For the water, yeah.
Yes. Well, that's very good.
So
And it
we,
worked having stuff switched around so that you guys
Yes, and it
were
was
ahead of us.
better,
It
it was
wasn't
set up, it was
holding
better
back.
to have the hot chocolate first.
okay. Okay,
Otherwise, it's like a huge bottleneck.
And whatever hot chocolate you got last year, add a box, release, we ran out. You got a lot.
busy last year?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I got twice as much last year, we still ran out.
your
Yeah.
finger still hurts.
Alright, time to up the budgets. Alright, so,
Pre-mix it, just back on the.
No, 'cause that's really.
Like
hard.
coffee?
The sugar cookies were
Yes.
it. I really like the sugar
It it's so difficult to clean because the chocolate seizes up in the thing. It's gross.
Check the system.
Grandma's house 3 years before.
You're staring.
Sugar,
Yeah, it gets all gunked up in the smell.
Yeah, you can't put it, yeah.
We
tried
tried
We used to kind of. No, you know what it is?
hold on, last thing, guys, last thing. So, hold on. So last thing is, meeting dates for the rest of the year. I think we have one scheduled for October, which is just a couple days before you guys are gonna be out there helping this wonderful event.
It's after, the fourth one is after.
No, it's after.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
2
fourth-
days
It would
after?
be the 28th, the 4th is
Um,
10/28.
So, do you guys feel that we need both those meetings? Do you wanna cancel one? Do you wanna have both? It's up to you guys, whatever you want.
Can't we just move it to the Tuesday before the event? No?
I can't be here that day.
Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry.
I just don't wanna put too much on you guys. I know we're gonna be doing a lot of work that,
He's asking if we still wanna have the meeting the Tuesday, the 4 days after Spooktacular.
Before it?
After.
After.
You're welcome.
So the 28th would be it.
Oh,
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but whatever.
anybody?
Is it necessary?
It's up to you guys. I mean, we have the tree lighting, date fixed, so what we would do in November is,
exact the week of Thanksgiving.
11/25 will be the November meeting.
correct. So, what do you guys think? Raise your hand if you want to have a meeting in October, 4 days after Spooktacular. Seeing none,
I think we all need like 5 days, we need like a good 5 days to recover.
and that's my point. I don't wanna put too much on you guys. That's not right.
No, I don't think we should.
You're gonna spend all that time Saturday, so I
I
don't want
think
to do
11/25
that.
is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's gonna be here?
alright, we're good there. Alright, with that being said, I'm gonna open the meeting to the public.
Okay. I have a couple questions. Let's see. The first thing was, the concert series that you do. I know we pay the township, but I noticed that we're never on there as Rockaway Borough. Like if I didn't know better, I would just think it's a township doing the concerts. Is there any reason for that, and can we, up that up a little bit? Because I think if Rockaway's paying half, we deserve the credit for it, don't we?
I'm gonna be honest with you, we have nothing to do with that. That's not rec, that's administration to administration, so that's not with us.
Oh, I thought it was rec, I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, I thought it was rec. All right, so it's the town that's paying for that. Okay, got it. Let's see, the newsletter. Any update on the newsletter?
I don't have an update right now, no.
I mean, update is like what? It's not gonna happen, or
I
like,
don't have anything about it, I don't have an update, I really don't.
did we purchase a laptop?
No,
Are we planning on purchasing a laptop?
there's no plans to at this moment.
Okay. Is there any, like in the beginning when you gave your report on the Park Lake and all that, you never include the river park, because that's part of the everything too. Has anything happened over the summer at the river that you can update us on?
So it's a great question. I don't know, because we don't, part of the monitoring doesn't include that. So I don't.
So you don't monitor that? I shouldn't ask you about that anymore then. I'm sorry if I do. I thought you monitored that, because I thought the river park was under your jurisdiction. If I'm incorrect, I won't ask you anymore. I
Well,
apologize.
it is a recreation facility, obviously, but the Park Lake is monitored because of people swimming in there. You're not allowed to swim in Jackson Ave. So we don't pay for monitoring.
Oh, I don't mean monitoring the water. I mean just any updates on the, I don't mean monitoring the water.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I just mean any updates on the park or anything, all the knotweed we talked about, the trees, the this, the that. I mean, I never hear an update.
Yeah, I know the same, I guess Billy, I believe they talked about the Councilman last meeting from what I heard at, DBW will be working on that, in the near future. You know, I'll be honest with you, they're short-staffed right now, they're trying everything they can. I know that that's something that will be happening. I believe the company that we use that treats our fields and it will treat them, now we have to wait at a certain point, you probably know better than I do, right? They have to wait till it's certain temperature time of year before they can treat it, I believe.
Yeah, no, that's not really it, but anyway, I get it, I do know a little bit about that, but, okay, that answered my question, no, thank you. I just wanted to mention one other thing, I've always supported the rec here, and I always will, and I always do, 100%. I was just very disappointed after the last meeting that people went to social media, and I don't care who goes to social media, but I was personally called out as an old lady with a cane, and that I was asked to be here to tape. I am here at my own. I've taped these meetings way before anybody else was here. And to be called out like that is very unprofessional, and I'm not happy with it at all. And I want to make that clear here, and I hope it never happens again, because it was really uncalled for. I don't care what the circumstances were, because it had nothing to do with me. So I hope it doesn't happen again. You agree? You don't?
We're not here to talk about social media.
Okay, well then, okay, all right, well then I'll take, okay.
You said
I'll-
that, you said.
Got it.
Is it fine, is there anything else?
No, nothing at all. I'm set, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Public? No? Seeing none, close the meeting to the public. Committee member reports, we'll start with Danielle.
Okay. I said mine already, just signs, to keep people off the dock. Figure out some way they can stop fishing on there, cause I'm tired of getting hooks stuck in me. It's not comfortable.
Got it.
And Rose, you talked to them about the bench,
Yeah,
that we wanna put a bench.
we do have a little bit of money left over, we talked with the parents and all of that, and everybody agreed that everybody wanted, a bench in honor of the park sharks.
Where the
With
tree
whatever
was.
little,
Or as close to where the tree was as we can.
yeah, our tree with the little bit of money that we have left over.
Okay, so what, I think it's a good idea. I think what we'll have to do though, is for that, we'll have to wait, until, because we're slowly but surely doing the whole project of replacing the benches and all that. So I can't necessarily buy a bench right now until I know that future design. So if you can just hold on to that money, or if you don't feel comfortable, you can certainly, I have an account where I can put it, because I also have, some monies from the Girl Scout troop, for another bench. So if you can do that, I can put it aside, and then that way, on my project, I'll make sure that.
Yeah, that would be great, cause the account is open, and it would be, I don't wanna keep it open
Okay.
and we
Yeah.
can close it down.
I can do that. Mildred?
I don't, haven't you ever heard back from American Red Cross?
I will follow up again, I promise.
Cause I do currently have access to enough materials to teach 6 people, which is the maximum I can teach. But I don't know how much time I already do at my job, so. I know you bought stuff too, but
Yeah.
I just recertified my instructor certification.
So speaking of that, we might be coming, I don't know if I told you guys or not, if I did, please stop me. So I was invited to the Rotary meeting a couple months ago, I don't know if it was prior to our last meeting or not. So I went to the Rotary meeting, it was a great meeting. They were throwing out some ideas, they're applying for a grant, and they're gonna apply for a grant. And also next year, possibly some exercise stations at the lake, we'll see. But the one thing that came out of it, it looks like they're gonna apply for a grant. Obviously, they work with Township and Borough, because it's the Rockaway of the Rotary of the Rockaways. So whatever grant they get, it has to be applied to both towns. So after some back and forth, they had some ideas. I think what we stopped with is, I think what's gonna happen going forward, they're going to donate an AED for here. And I think it's important, right? So it's a public space. We have the seniors meet here, not to say that they're more likely to, for something to happen.
Many
But
organizations.
there's many organizations that are here, so I know they're working on applying for a grant for here. I think a place in the township, I wanna say it was maybe McPick, cause they're moving over to the township. So I think that's something that may come into play. If we get one here, obviously we want more people trained how to use it. So that's why it came to my attention. So again, I wanna let you know that, and I'll let you know going forward, how that grant process is going with them. John?
So Coach Don got pulled back in for junior nights, and he's telling me that they're doing good. They finally beat the team. I think Walkville, they hadn't beaten in like 9 years or something like that. So
Now, why is he pulled back in?
short staff with coaching and all that stuff, so non-volunteers as usual. But his son plays JV, so we get to catch up.
Okay.
So he was telling me about it. So he said they're doing really well, so want to kind of get that straight to them football wise.
Yeah, they put in their budget request, 2 weeks ago, so they got their budget money from us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
We did have there were some parents, and not to interrupt you, so I didn't realize this, because I don't think any of you guys had daughters that were involved in cheerleading, right? I don't think anyone here? You did? Well, at a different level.
Both my girls.
No, but that's how
They
we
did
started.
junior nights?
Yeah,
So,
she did it for 1 year.
we had a parent that was concerned, because I guess there's a long waiting list for cheerleading.
Yes,
And
I just heard this.
which is phenomenal, I guess, in a way. So I tried to get some more information about why, and I put them directly in touch with the program director. But I guess what happens is, there's a couple reasons. One, I guess it costs a ton of money to send these girls to cheer camp. And then two, the amount of cheerleaders, and I hope I say this right, the amount of cheerleaders is based on how many teams there are. So in other words, there's only 3 teams, they only need X amount of cheerleaders, and they don't know that yet prior to
Yeah.
the season. So trying to explain that to parents, that it's nothing you're doing wrong, it's just that they don't know the football numbers until, everything's all said and done. So I think that's what happened last year. This year, there were just not enough football teams for as many cheerleaders that
I
signed up.
think from what one parent told me is that they also don't have enough cheer uniforms for the girls.
That was a big expense.
And that is a big expense, no matter how much you try to get, like a
Right.
decent uniform. It ranges from like 150 to and up. Now, can they, just from experience, can they figure out something that is, let's say the little ones are more affordable, because they really don't need like this fancy, expensive uniform? Yes. That's how it's done. Like, they start off a certain way, and obviously the older girls in the varsity, I don't know how they rank them in junior nights, would get but it is costly,
So what I submitted to them, and to your point, is what I told them, I said, if that really truly is an issue, which I don't know, but if it is, please, when it comes budget time for us, please ask for any extra money you may need to help with that, right? So that means you need another $1,000 from us, submit that to me, and then we can possibly work on that during budget time, because, I wanna help out, where I can, definitely. But it sounds like there's more of an issue than just the uniforms. Sounds like,
You can't have like 20, I coached for the junior nights too, so you can't have like 20 little girls when there's like 10 boys playing.
right,
It's also impossible to wrangle all those girls too.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a lot of different things, but the uniform thing too, when Dylan and Gabby were little, Dylan did it from kindergarten to 5th grade, Gabby did it for a year and won his quit after the first game. Sorry, man. They were doing the uniforms that way. They first purchased for the little guys, and the older girls were wearing like, I think they leftover skirts from Mars Hills, and then little by little they were
Yeah.
buying more and more, but they are very expensive.
Yeah, yes, you know, so it's something that, you know, I wanna have communication with them, open communication, whatever, you know, they feel they need. Cause that's what I heard at first, it was a uniform thing, I'm like, we don't wanna see that. But then I got more of the story, which was that, you know, cheerleaders are based on number of football teams, et cetera, so I was like, okay, so I felt a little bit better. But thank you, John.
You're welcome. Basketball, I'm sure that's gonna be kicking off, soon, probably October 1st, I guess, and thanks for bringing up the girls' basketball, idea that we had talked about earlier on, earlier. Talking
Yeah.
About like the potential and like not having the numbers and all that stuff, so.
Yeah, and I think that's something that, you know, we can work on with the program this coming year is figuring out, whether we wanna continue down this path or how we wanna reshape basketball going forward. I definitely want to make sure that if we're gonna stay like this, if the girls are gonna stay in the township, you know, make sure I have enough money in the budget every year to be able to, you know, help those Rockaway Borough girls out, that are signing up for township. But I'll make it happen this year too.
Awesome. Last thing, thank you, Rosalie and Dee, for your assistance and help and coaching and all the stuff you do. My kids definitely enjoyed it, and I enjoyed working with them both, so thank you. Awesome. And then Rob, lastly, thank you for bringing up that young man and his loss. It's definitely a tragic hit home. So thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, definitely, thanks, John. Christina?
You reported the Rutgers, just letting you all know, members of the community, that if anybody is interested in getting Rutgers certified, I try to tailor my schedule to the volunteers that need the classes. So I'll do in person, I'll do virtual. It is at this time only available for Rockaway Borough residents. They don't have to pay because they're a borough resident. Rob and I communicate as well as Rutgers, and we make sure that everybody's loaded onto the database. So I just completed the 2 classes. I did a Sunday during the day and a weeknight. So I do my best to accommodate everybody. So my schedule's too crazy. So if I know somebody needs it, I make it work for them. So yeah.
We appreciate it, Christine, thank you, I know
That's a
you
big
take time out of
opportunity.
your busy life, and, you know, to Christine's point though, so basically it's $40 a person to get certified. The borough regulation covers those costs for all borough, coaches and stuff. As a, you know, you're volunteering to coach, we don't expect you to pay for the class here. If they're unable to make a class here and they go outside of town, we do have the programs reimburse families for that cost. Thank you, Christina.
Can I go retro back like 15 years too or no?
Mr. Gandy.
I want to echo what John was saying, thank you, Dave and Rosalie, we have had an amazing time these last 3 years. It was like a second family, thank you.
We had fun.
Thank you.
I'm on roller coaster.
One comment on something Bonnie said, and you had mentioned something at the river park down here, I guess it's DPW shorthanded. I know about not a year ago, about a month ago, the table closest to Main Street looks like it was like being engulfed by the wildlife around it, so I didn't know, I mean, that was just something to look into.
I'm hoping that they're gonna go down there and I'm sure once they get down there, they'll hopefully take care of everything that needs to be taken care of in that fail soup, but I will add that to the list of things I know they're doing.
There's a bunch of tables down on the opposite side of Main Street, by the river, there, like closer down to here where like the deli is and that area.
right.
There's tables down there, but then if you go up towards the wall. Yeah, the wall, where the auto place up there, I think it's called.
Oh, the benches. Those
Yes,
are
there's a table,
There's a table there, yeah.
There's actually a table with 4 benches, and it looks like it's been
There it is.
eaten by.
You probably can't
By
see
wildlife.
it.
Yeah, you can't see it, it's been like engulfed by wildlife. I don't know how many
By the
people use it up
vegetation.
there, but I noticed it about a month ago when we were walking up through there.
Got it.
Just, shout out to Drew and the entire baseball program that was helping coach with him and Jesse this summer and spring, and the whole baseball program is awesome. Thank you, Christina, for setting up and
I'm
everything
not
you've done
there
for that.
anymore, really.
One of the things Drew did bring up, and I don't know if we can potentially look into getting a grant for this, or this is something, I don't know, we can talk about it. Either Donna, Tony, or, the Little League field, Smithfield there, having some kind of like either like a batting cage or a pitching warm-up kind of lane for throwing, I don't know, I'm looking here.
We've talked about this before, there was one that was put up, on the first base side that wasn't supposed to be there, and there's like a wetland over there that it impedes the,
Gotcha. Well, I didn't know if any of the fields had that ability, or, I mean.
Well, there's two different things, so we have batting cage and then we have, pitching lanes. So both fields have pitching lanes, if that makes sense. The one at Smith is behind the field on the left, on the third base side. It's back there. At Donatoni, it's over on the first base side. There's a pitching lane right there.
But I guess they were asking for like the nets, so it's probably batting cages. I'm kind of mixing the.
we did have one at
terms on
Donatoni, but I don't know what happened to that, it got like,
So insurance company came through and basically deemed them unsafe, so we had to take them down.
Okay.
But the solution we talked about, I think I brought up with Drew, is they have these temporary ones you can put up now, they're pretty easy to, and I think Christina.
I purchased one, I was in, there was one purchased.
And
Yeah, I don't know who has it right now, but I know when Jack was involved, that's when I bought I didn't, the league, I went and purchased it on behalf of the league.
So look into that temporary.
yeah, no, that's good, that's a good
It
one.
may
Yeah, so
not
you
be-
can't, if insurance doesn't cover a permanent one, if there's a temporary one.
This one you can
use
take
for-
up and down, it's like the carbon, fiber poles that you can come up and down with. I think, when you're talking about coaches that need to get to the field and set up, I think that was a little bit of a hindrance.
Yeah.
But it
Which
is
might be a
something,
compromise, isn't it?
but it can be lifted up and put somewhere, like, it may not have been big enough, but it serves the purpose of putting a kid in an enclosed area where the ball's not gonna fly everywhere, so.
Yeah, so let me know about that and see if they have that.
Yeah,
I'm sure
absolutely,
it's floating around in one of the fields.
Sure. And then finally soccer, Mike sends thank you to the board here for in helping him out coaching.
Hey, congratulations on getting your Rutgers, sir.
Thank you.
Good, I'm glad, it's good,
Yeah, Christina, yeah, with the spring, thank you for
You're
all the
welcome.
help with that, but, yeah, helping, I'm drawing a blank, Matt out with the 9 and 10 grade boys, and then clinic with, helping it out, up there, so. Anyhow, Mike says thank you, and Ed says thank you, and, the board is doing for soccer, so.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Rosalie, do you have anything to add, besides the bench?
Nope.
Kim? Councilman McDonald?
Just, again, we have our council meeting this Thursday, so again, I have a lot to report up, and I'll give the council an update on all the notes I took, so. Appreciate all the updates, and that's all I have. Again, I'll give the council an update this Thursday at the council meeting.
Thank you, Councilman. All right, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Mildred Bulls, motion to adjourn.
Second,
Christina Scalzo?
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll find out about